Okay. Is this working? Hold on, is it? Right. Okay. Hello? Hello, hello. Okay. Hello? Hello, hello. Okay, seems hello working. Hello, hello. Pretty cool. I did not I did not anticipate this working out. Pretty cool. Cool. I did not I did not anticipate this working out. Pretty cool. Cool. I did not but anyways. Cool. But anyways. Oh, okay. But anyways. Oh, okay. Okay. Either way, it is. Oh, there we go. It is. It is. It is. It is. Okay. What is going on? Okay. The delay. Is there a delay? What is going on? Okay. The delay. Is there a delay? What is going on? Okay. The delay. Is there a delay? What is going on? Okay. The delay. Is there a delay? What is going on? Never seems to be working. We're just gonna run with it, I think. But yeah. Hi. Welcome to the chill stream today. Hanging out in Vrchat for a wee bit. Vrchat for a wee bit. Yeah, I don't really have much going on right now with that. I guess more or less I just wanted to test if this was gonna work or not. And it does seem to be working, so you know. That's always a plus. But yeah. Anyway, yes, this is another Have Buddies chill stream here. Welcome, of course. Yeah, this is, I made this place my new home world. I thought why not do it on stream on the balcony while it's raining, you know. That'd be pretty cool, pretty chill. Got the lighting all nice and pink to kind of go with my Avi here. This Nardo, this is a cool Nardo. But yeah, I don't really have anything planned for this particular stream. I don't really have anything. It is just that. It is just a chill stream, you know. Feel free, of course, to ask any questions in the chat. I do have it open, so I can in fact see the chat. But yeah, feel free to ask really anything. I don't really mind. I mean, of course, if it's too something I don't feel comfortable answering, I just won't, but you know. change what? Anyway. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions or, you know, any discussion topics, because otherwise I'm just gonna start rambling about something. You know, some kind of, I'll just find a topic and just start going at it, you know? Yeah. Again, feel free to ask things that okay. I know that looks weird. But yeah. Everyone's doing well, at least. I'm doing pretty good here. But this test is actually going really well for the first 10 or so minutes, of course. It's nice, actually. But yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. There might have 30 seconds, but let's talk about that. How about the Switch 2? In the Nintendo Direct from a couple of days ago. Yeah, that was certainly something, huh? You know. I mean, I don't. So what? Like I watch the whole video, right? The whole hour-long Nintendo Direct, and honestly, what I ascertained from it is, it's gonna be expensive as hell. And so are the games. And the fact of the matter is that as it stands now, there is realistically nothing of interest game-wise. I mean, Mario Kart World looks pretty cool, but like that's kind of it, you know? I don't necessarily feel the need to run out and buy a Switch 2 just for frickin' Mario Kart World. Cause like the only other first party game they showed was the Donkey Kong one. And I guess for some people that's fine, but for me it's like, I kinda want to, like the whole reason I bought a regular Switch is because, sorry, adjusting a bit, is because of the fact that, you know, I bought it for first party games, not for, I mean, I do own, EAFC 25 on it because it was cheaper than buying it on PC, but like I don't like if I looked at my Switch library, it's like I have Pokemon games, Kirby games, Yoshi games, Animal Crossing, and yeah, that is the majority of my Switch library at this point. So for Nintendo to kind of go and be like, you get Mario Kart World and you get Donkey Kong for first party games, like it's like no. You're not there yet. You are not there yet with the Switch 2. But again, they look good. I mean, I don't play Donkey Kong games, but like, yeah, both of the footage from both of those games looked good, but like, what else do we really have going for the Switch 2 at this point is a crap load of third-party games, which that in itself is fine. Every new system, you know, needs third-party games, but like you know, like saying that like, oh, Elden Ring is gonna be on the Switch 2 or Hades 2. I can't remember all of the titles because they kind of very quickly plowed through, you know, all the Switch 2 titles that are gonna be, or third-party titles that are gonna be on Switch 2. So it's like, you know, but again, like the standouts I remember was like Elden Ring, Hades 2, NBA 2K25, WWE 25, what else was there? There was a lot of them. And yeah, it's just like, okay, and oh, Borderlands 4, that's gonna be on there when it comes out. But again, it's like, why should I care? I get that everybody's different, you know. Someone may have seen, oh, Elden Ring's gonna be on Switch 2, and like, flipped the lid, so to speak. You know, was just like, oh, that's awesome! Elden Ring, yes, finally, you know. I also think they're shooting themselves in the foot by having people who like the Souls games, for having that new one, that Duskblood, be exclusive to the Switch 2. You know. I don't really understand why they're doing that, but I don't pretend to understand what these people do when it comes to decision making. Honestly, it boggles my mind too. Honestly, but yeah, sorry, give me 1 second to adjust again. My pillows. This is gonna look minorly awkward, I think. Okay. Are we there, buddy? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that's the spot right there. Okay, anyway, sorry, that might have been minorly awkward. But yeah, I just think they're shooting themselves in the foot, not to mention, in general, the pricing of it all is kinda stupid in my mind. Putting it at what, $449.99? I don't agree with that. And, you know, not to mention all the news that a lot of people have been seeing with the, at least in the US here, the tariffs happening for the Switch 2. Not exactly great. Making it so that, you know, the US has to wait. I mean, I wasn't personally gonna pre-order a Switch 2, but like, there's probably people out there who want to, and at least in America here, that have to wait now because of the tariff situation. Which, like, yep, thanks, President Ding Dong, for that one. I mean, I'm not a politics person, but I can assure you, President Ding Dong is very fitting for his ass. Yeah. But anyway, but for me at this point, I have no reason to like feel like I need to pre-order a Switch. Like, yes, it's better hardware, but I just don't think we're there game-wise yet, you know? I really don't. And until I think it's there game-wise, I'm not going to. Especially because, like, I don't agree with the practice that they're doing with the, like those enhanced versions. Whatever they're called. Position. Yeah, hold on. Clear my throat. This is gonna get loud, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, yeah. I really don't think it's there game-wise. And I don't know. It's ridiculous priced at $4.99 or $4.49. And then on top of that, it's like the games themselves that are going to be priced at like 70 to 80 US dollars. More in other places, mind you. I've seen like the Switch 2 in Canada is going to be in the hundreds of Canadian dollars. Or not hundreds, oh my god. The Switch 2 in Canada is like $629, I think my friend, one of my Canadian friends told me. In the UK, it's gonna be like 400 and something dollars, 430, somewhere in there. Well, 430 pounds, not dollars. But yeah, you get the point. And I don't know the rate of exchange game-wise, but you know, like I've seen, in outlets, people being like, oh yeah, the game, like Mario Kart World's gonna be $79.99, which is outrageous. That's fucking criminal of Nintendo. To even think about doing that is insane. It's freaking insane that they would do that. Like, why? Why would you do that? You're literally just shooting yourself in the fucking foot. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. I just don't get it, you know? Yeah. I don't know. There. I think that's... There we go. Knock that down. Okay, anyway. But yeah, it's insane. I think that, like, yeah, the technical specifications look fine, 120 frames, I think it was. Now, whether that's in handheld or on docked mode is unspecified, I believe, but unless that was in handheld mode, but either way, I know they said handheld mode's gonna be 1080p screen, so on and so forth. They didn't touch on battery life at all. But the thing that I think is, like, yes, it's great that you're gonna get games like Elden Ring and eventually Borderlands 4 and so on. Like, you're gonna try putting, which you've already tried to do with the Switch, putting these massive games, like space-wise, massive games on there. So, meaning we're gonna continue the trend of, buying a game and then having to probably download most of it over the internet instead of getting it all in the cartridge. Which is a practice that I've always thought is stupid with Nintendo and other third-party companies that want their games on Nintendo. I mean, when I bought EASC 25 on Switch, I had to do that. I had to download most of that game over the internet because they put like a quarter of it on the actual frickin' cartridge. Which is just ridiculous in my opinion. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing over there, but... And on top of that, they're still making normal Switch games, even with the Switch 2. So, again, what is the incentive until we reach that point that Nintendo's eventually gonna be like, so yeah, we're done supporting the Switch. Please buy a Switch 2 now. Like I said, and I forgot to dwell on this point, there's the, like, enhanced versions of games. I don't remember all of them, of course, but, like, I know Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild were two of them. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands was one of them. But basically, like, there's gonna be, if you buy the Switch 2 versions of those games, they're gonna come with, like, additional things on them that the original games didn't have. But if you already have the original games, because, there's a certain amount of Switch games that are compatible with Switch 2. So say if I had a Switch 2 and popped Kirby and the Forgotten Land in, I can purchase an add-on pack to where I get all the enhancements that just buying the Switch 2 version of the game would already have. And it's like, hold the phone there, Nintendo. You're telling me that as someone who has already paid the $60 once to buy your stupid game, now you want me to pay an unspecified amount of money, because I don't know what these add-on packs are going to cost, to then further get more content out of the game. Why? Why was this content not in the game in the first place? It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't, and it is something that honestly I just heavily disagree with it. And yeah. You can't change my mind on that one. I will never disagree with this practice from Nintendo. I think it's really fucking stupid of them. And I already think that the way they're going with the Switch 2 is not in the best direction. Like, I get that the Switch is extremely popular in junk, but I don't think it's I don't think this is the direction to go with the Switch 2. Like I said, I don't see a need to go out and buy one right away. I mean, not only the games and all this other stuff, but like, look at how the Switch was on release, right? The amount of problems it had, it still has. I never got one on release, but like, mine is like one of those initially released Switches, you know. It's not like the ones that release later down the line, you know, that supposedly have like the better battery life and junk like that. No. Mine's technically an OG Switch, so you know, it's got crappy battery life depending on what game you're playing. It's got the fact that well, we all know the Joy-Con drift. I have not experienced that myself, but people out there have. You know, the Joy-Con drift problem, the Joy-Cons in general being really stinking awful. I mean, I cannot tell you how many pairs I've gone through, because they just don't like working. You know, mine have always had the battery life problem, in docked mode, where, that I can have them be fully charged, unhook them from the handheld mode, go to docked mode, and it'll be like, one of these controllers is like dead. And I'm like, no, it's not. I fucking charged them. You're just stupid. You know, the Switch 1 had a litany of problems when it came out. So in my opinion, again, not to say that the Switch 2 will have the same problems, but I also am not going to discount anything either. There's, you know, there's no reason to think that you couldn't have more problems with the Switch 2 when it comes out. So I don't know. Which is my my little rant, if you will, on the Switch 2 here, as a discussion point, of course. And everyone will feel how they feel on the Switch 2. If you're excited about it, more power to you. I just don't think there's anything there yet to be excited about, really. Yeah. Like, out of all things, I would rather see more advancements in VR gaming. I want to see more VR games than another Switch console, you know? And I'm sure we'll get more announcements down the line of games and stuff, you know? Like, I mean, at least they're launching with a Mario title. That is the very Nintendo thing to do, although I was expecting it to be more along the lines of platformer Mario, but yeah. But for me, until I see more reasons, I just don't see the need to buy a Switch 2 on launch. Because again, like, you know, that new Pokemon game coming out, gonna be on both versions of the Switch. The only one I can think of that I would actually care about. But yeah. It's yeah. Certainly something, you know? Which again, I get that the Switch, like, with that Pokemon game, the Switch 2 version will obviously be better. But that doesn't mean I'm like, oh, well, guess I need to abandon my Switch to get a Switch 2 to play this game, even though it'll be on the normal one. Like, shrug. I don't see a point personally. But yeah. 'Tis just my opinion on the. But yeah. Anyway, rant over. Hope everyone is doing well. If anyone is or has stopped by, of course, feel free to say hi. You know, I don't bite. But yeah, feel free to say hi. Feel free to say something in the chat. Feel free to ask questions, you know, so on and so forth. Honestly, didn't think this stream would actually work out too well, but seems to be working fine. Honestly, I might do this. I don't know about more often, but I do like doing these kinds of just chill streams, you know, just kind of hang out. You know, perhaps it's not as interesting for the viewer, but you know, it's nice to just sit here and kind of just chat. Well, I suppose at this point I'm kind of just talking to myself, but anywho, yeah. Yeah, I mean, given especially like last time, the Furrycon one, that was fun. That was a fun stream to do. Talk about that. I'm also excited because in a couple of weeks, assuming I can go, that a Facebook group that I'm in is hosting a fur meet. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully make some IRL furry friends. You know, that'll be nice. But yeah. Oh, I feel another one coming. Hold on. Goddamn throat. Swear. But yeah. Definitely looking forward to that. That'll be fun. I mean, it is like an hour drive, but I don't mind, honestly. I really don't. Like I said, get the chance to make some IRL friends, which I definitely could stand to do, you know. Despite my social anxiety, I'll try to conquer the social anxiety and make new friends. Yay. Yeah. It'll be fun. That's, gets me out of the house for a few, assuming. What else? Oh my god, throat. You're gonna make me do this again. Okay, fine. Okay. But yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Feel free to ask me some questions, I suppose. I try to answer them to the best of my ability, of course. But yeah. Anything you want. Be about what I just talked about. Vrchat, avatars, the event that I just mentioned, the Switch 2 stuff. Whatever you want to talk about, you can. You can ask me about being a furry. I don't mind. Just be nice. Be one of those people that it's like, oh my god, you're a furry. Oh my god, that's so horrible. How could you? Like, don't be like that. But yeah. Feel free to ask. I might try to go to the hour mark. We'll see if things pick up at least, then I might go a wee bit longer. Otherwise, if not, we may wrap up soon. Like I said, this was more or less, more or less a test to see if I could even do this, and I would definitely say successful test. I mean, that's not meaning I'm going to like do this more often or anything like that, but like I'm not gonna do I don't know. I don't like committing to a schedule because I myself don't really know what's gonna happen, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, every Friday at this time I'm gonna do the Vrchat stream. Woo! No. Like, if it happens, it happens. But for the most part, I don't really like committing to the schedules because then that creates expectation, and if I can't fill that expectation, then I feel bad, and I feel like I'm failing if I can't fulfill that expectation for other people. But that's why we just don't do that. We just don't do that. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, it does open up the possibility to more things, you know. Try to do games on here. That's always fun. Do like my favorite's the zombie one. I like playing that game. Oh, I don't know how I would. I feel like that's something I would have to test. Not in a stream, mind you, but like just having the stream camera set up like this. And yeah, have it set like that. Huh. Nothing at all. Well, anyway, I was just seeing some of the. You don't see, but like I have the camera controls right here. But yeah. But yeah. I don't know. No, like I said, I mean, it could be fun to do like zombie survival, but again, I don't know. Damn it, body. I don't know how I would want to film that. Or if I just wouldn't film it from like an outside perspective like this and just do it from my headset view, like when I play VR games. That could always work. Yeah. Something like that would be kind of fun to do, though. Again, I don't think I would commit to any kind of schedule, but I just like to feel it out. You know? Like today, I just thought, you know, I got some time before I'm gonna be gone for most of the day. Like, why not? Why not see what happens if we were stream? Yeah, it's pretty nice, honestly. At least for me it is, but yeah. Anyway, hope everyone is doing well. And if you did stop by, thank you for stopping by. Again, I know this wasn't particularly interesting probably for anybody but me. You know, I don't stream that often, so like, I don't, you know, my audience isn't exactly built to be like, oh shit, they're streaming, I should watch that. You know, I do videos first and foremost. That is what I do. But yeah. I don't know. interacting, really. That's okay. Probably could have picked a better time to do this, honestly, but here we are. Doing it at, what, 9:30 a.m. for me. Because again, I had the time to spare. And if anyone wants to ask any kind of questions, feel free to answer them to the best of my ability. I really do like this. Nice one. I have some other interesting rules for if I do. Oh, big stretch. If I do keep doing Vrchat streams, I've got interesting ideas for worlds, and of course I have my different avatars that I can use, of course. At least for like this kind of stream, kind of hanging out, just rambling about random crap. I think we keep going till at least the hour mark. We're already almost there anyway. You know, I will say one thing that I remember seeing recently was like a confirmation about a live action Zelda movie gonna come out in like what did it say? I think it was like May of 2027? Somewhere in there? I forget the exact day, but yeah. And like, I mean, I'm not like a mega Zelda fan or anything, but it's just kind of like, I feel like that's gonna be a really crappy movie, to be honest. I don't know. And I'm sure someone out there is probably gonna be like, oh, with the Mario movie was so good. I'm gonna be like, yeah, but Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt, you can go suck a big fat you know what. But yeah, I don't know. I don't particularly feel like I have a whole lot of faith in that, but that's just me. I mean, it's kind of like the Gundam live action movie from Legendary. Like, they've been so radio silent on what's been going on with that one that it's just like, is something still going on with that one? Like, I'm very confused. Sorry. The music that I had was a video downloaded, and I didn't realize that it had a talking bit at the end. Anyway, yeah, the Gundam movie, that's another one that it's just like, where has this gone, guys? What's been happening? There's been literally nothing on that particular movie front. And, you know, like, I hope it's good, but can't not deny that having little information like this is kind of shit. But, you know, what do you do, I suppose? But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I would say it's too early to say whether or not a live-action Zelda movie would be bad or good. Because, you know, we're not gonna know for another, like, 2 years. We're not gonna have anything on it for another 2 years, so, like, yeah. But, I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good idea. But hey, can't be worse than the Minecraft movie, right? God. That shit should have been animated, you know? Should have just hired the Minecraft story mode people to make your Minecraft movie. That would have been so much easier, so much better for them than getting Jack Black of all people be in your fucking movie. I mean, not unlike the Borderlands movie, you know, having Blackjack be a claptrap. I still have yet to see that movie, and I don't think I want to. Honestly, don't really like Borderlands games, so I don't think I have much interest in watching the movies either. Well, movie. But around. You think on one hand, Hollywood might start understanding video game movies, but then it's like, nope, they don't. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Still. Like, oh, yeah, you know, you had some good ones. You had a couple good ones, and then it's like, Uncharted. Nope. Minecraft movie. I mean, this isn't in order of mine. It's like Uncharted, blah. That one Doom movie. Fuck, I forget what it's called. Not the old Doom movie, but the newer one. That was garbage. I actually watched that one time. Just as like a, oh, I wonder. Oh, it's awful. You know, even in terms of series, like, the Halo series was awful. The only thing that I think was actually a step in the right direction was like the Sonic movies. They know what they're doing with those, at least. And I still have yet to see Sonic 3, but yeah, at some point I will. Sorry. But yeah. You know, since I brought it up, speaking of Borderlands, I tried Borderlands 2 recently at the behest of a friend. You know, they thought I should try it, given how poorly my experience with Borderlands 1 went, where I gave up on the game. And basically the same thing happened with 2. I don't understand the draw of those games, honestly. They are too hard, in my opinion, for a new person. Like, I was struggling so much at the beginning. And yeah, things slowly went from hard to less hard as time went on. But, you know, I don't really like that. you know, it's just not my kind of game. And towards the end, like, the reason I really gave up was because I kind of got bored with the game. But yeah. You know, my friend said it's got, you know, a really good story, and I'm just like, you know, considering the amount of time I spend doing side missions, whatever's happening in the main story just kind of leaves my brain because of all the side missions that I have to do. And you do have to do them because side missions are where the good loot are, and, you know, you level up so that things aren't blisteringly difficult when you come back to the main missions. And also RNG. I hate games that rely on RNG so much. Like, I could not get good guns to drop in that game to save my life. And constantly having guns decently under my level did not make things easier either. Like, and I know you would be like, well, just go find ones that are at your level, and it's like, I tried so much. Half the time I couldn't find ones that were at my level when I needed them, which makes things really difficult. Again, to each their own. I have tried twice now to get into Borderlands, and it just is not for me at all. Not for any of us, really. Me or my alters. But yeah. But I think with that, we are approaching the 1 hour mark. But I think at this juncture, I'm going to wrap things up. So, like I said, this may become a more regular-ish thing. I haven't decided. And even if it is going to become more regular again, I'm not going to be like, every Friday at 10 a.m. Vrchat stream. Like, no. If another week goes by where I'm like, you know, I got some time to do one, then I might. But I'm not committing to a schedule. I'm not promising it's going to be more regular. Like I said, more or less, I just wanted to see if this was even going to be practical and if my internet could actually handle it. So, again, if you stopped by, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully next time we can actually get some people in the chat, you know, talking to us and stuff. That would be nice. Which again is kind of why I think doing it more regularly, people will actually stop by and interact. And like I said, we may do games or something on here, I don't know. But yeah. Is there anything else? I think that's everything. So yeah. If you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.